Tonight, Local 2 investigates how Houston police officers prepare to deal with some of the toughest situations.
They can be our friends and our family members, but many people with mental illness will encounter a police officer before they ever get treatment. Now tonight, KPRC Local 2 investigative reporter Robert Arnold shows us the virtual world that's helping train officers to better understand psychosis.
Every day, Houston police officers run across people who are struggling to filter reality through delusion and paranoia.
I'm fine. There's nothing wrong with me.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, Betty. I'm sorry.
To understand how officers prepare for this challenge, we sat in on the Houston Police Department's Crisis Intervention Training, or CIT.
When you move around, you will experience everything that goes on in the room. And
officers begin with these virtual reality goggles. The goggles were created by Janssen Pharmaceutica and allow the officers to borrow the eyes and ears of a schizophrenic.
So just put this up to your head and hold the wand.
When you put the goggles on, you're immersed in a world filled with conspiratorial looks and time skips. The goal is to maneuver through this crowded grocery store to get your prescription refilled.
What a loser. Can't even keep track of his meds.
You have to focus on getting your medicine while being bombarded with accusatory whispers, and the people around you pop in and out of existence. Even the little man in the TV doesn't like you.
They're going to put you away for good. You're a waste of oxygen, man.
The pharmacist also appears to be out to get you, handing you a bottle of poison instead of your medication.
Well, that was unique.
The point is to give officers a glimpse into the world of psychosis.
Not make them clinicians, but certainly improve in their observational skills.
If they're seeing or hearing other people, how do they know that I'm real?
Imagine I'd be very unpredictable if I heard voices and I couldn't tell which ones are real and which ones were not real.
The goggles aren't the only part of the training.
I'm just having a bad day, that's all. I'm just going to sit right here.
Actors are brought in for role-playing, everything from a paranoid woman in a museum to a man trying to solve some elusive code.
It's right here in front of me. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it.
Just like on the streets, the officers are given very little information going into each scenario. It's their job to calm the person while solving the riddle of the person's mental illness.
Time.
Each exercise is timed and then critiqued.
Your communication was very good.
Another exercise is this CD, which begins with soft, demonic whispering. During the 40 minutes the officers listen to this CD, the voices become more intense.
Ground, sound, bound, ground port, pig swine, that's right, filth.
As officers listen to the CD, they have to read articles, then answer questions afterward. It helps teach officers how difficult it is for a mentally ill person to focus on reality. And of course, all of this is supposed to help officers prepare for this.
Come on.
You're going to encounter mentally ill folks a lot more than you're going to be in a car chase or a shootout.
Now, what you've seen is only a smattering of the training. Officers also spend a lot of classroom time learning from psychologists and psychiatrists. And for the first time, the Houston Police Department is requiring all rookies at the academy to go through the full 40-hour crisis intervention training course. But to be a crisis intervention officer, an officer also has to go through an additional 8 hours of training every year. Robert Arnold, KPRC Local 2.
Thank you, Robert. HPD began developing this crisis intervention training 10 years ago with the help of the Mental Health Association of Greater Houston. The first CIT officers hit the streets in 1999. Now the department has a total of 680 CIT officers, and 400 of them are regular patrol officers. If you have a story for Local 2 Investigates, call their tip line, 713-223-TIPS, or email local2investigates@click2houston.com.